Hey guys, it's Cooterz, and we're going to check out a very, very new armor that someone found out a recipe for. It's called Loreweave, and it's pretty easy to get if you're in Standard. However, it's definitely harder to get if you're in League. And all you have to do is trade in 60 unique rings. I have 60 of them here in my inventory. It's your full inventory. Any unique ring, all you have to do is turn it into a vendor. Now, one thing I want to make sure you guys do check out if you are in Standard is if you do go through your unique rings and you end up finding, ones that you want to give away, make sure you're not going to throw away legacy items. So a big, kind of like one of them that, we'll end up throwing away a lot is like Mocha's Embrace if you were to hoard a lot of them like I did, Sybil's Lament, and something like Pyre. Now, if we look at Pyre over here, this is like the more recent Pyre right here where, you have cold resist, fire resist, all this stuff. And if you hold down Alt and you have like your options turned on, you can see the ranges. On here, you have 40% of cold damage converted to fire damage. This was a newer Pyre that was changed, I believe, in 3.0 or so. But if you look over here, this is a legacy Pyre. As you can tell, you have 100% of cold damage converted to fire damage. So back then, you're able to do 100% cold conversion to fire, but now you cannot. It's a lot harder to. So that is definitely something to look into, so you don't accidentally trade in a legacy item that could be worth way more than something that got nerfed. Now, Sybil's Lament, a lot of these I have in here are legacy, but it actually was nerfed. So, in a sense, it was a nerfed version before. Before, it used to have 30% reduced reflect elemental damage taken. Now it's 40%, so they actually buffed it. So I don't really care about getting rid of those. So definitely make sure you do check the rings. The easiest way is just to hold down Alt, and if there is a discrepancy, you'll notice like here, it says 100, and then in parentheses, it'll show usually a lower number or a higher number depending on how the ring interacts. So basically, you take all your rings, you go to anyone that, any NPC that will sell stuff to you, and you just basically turn in all your rings. I did go through these. Hopefully, like I said, hopefully I don't have too many legacy ones that really matter. But luckily, I've always been hoarding. I had been hoarding items for a long time, and these heartbound loops really helped out. I was gonna build this every league and I never did. But here you go, last one, and you notice, boom, you get this elegant ring mail, and it looks like a normal thing. It doesn't tell you the sockets and stuff like that, but if you trade it in, we'll take a look at it. Here it is in the inventory. It always has 6 sockets. That's one of the things, but let's just ID it and or identify it and see what we get on here. All right, so it has 6 sockets. It alters your max resistances. That's one of the main things a lot of people are looking at that's really, really good on this thing. So your max resistances are 76. So regardless of what you're wearing, you're always going to have your max resistances set to a ceiling of 76 to 80%. So obviously you want to get for 80. Now, the one thing you have to pay attention to is that if you're running a build with, either Purity of Elements or Rise of the Phoenix, you're not going to be able to push your max resistances any higher, as this is going to trump that. It's not going to set that as a level, but it's going to be one of those things where, say you have your max resistances are 76 like this, and then I put on a Rise of the Phoenix shield, it's going to just cap it at 76. So it's definitely something where you want to make sure that if you're going to run a build like Righteous Fire and you need more than the highest, which is 80% here, you probably don't want to run Loreweave. But this does open up a lot of options for people who might want to run Righteous Fire if you get an 80% roll and you don't want to run Rise of the Phoenix, or you want to run the new, like the new faded, whatever that green shield, green leaf or whatever, that gives you more life regen, like 33% rather life regen. That's going to be very easy to do, or you can just run other stuff too. It doesn't matter. But okay, so let's look at it. It gives you all attributes, which is really good if you get a high roll. Max life, great. 20 to 60, these are big ranges. I mean, 9 to 24, 20 to 60, 20 to 50 max mana, no one really cares about that. Rarity, okay. Energy shield 15 to 50, and then global crit strike, I mean, that's huge, 20 to 60. Always has 6 sockets, that's not a thing you can divine. And then 15 to 50% elemental damage, increased elemental damage, which is pretty nice. And then you also have a range for physical damage attacks, which can roll really high, 4 to 10, 14 to 36. So I'm going to put a divine into this, actually, because I don't like what it looks like. I'm not happy about this. I only have 24 divine ores. Well, let's try to get something. Let's see here. I'm going to pay more attention to the max resist number. All right. Let's see what we got on a reroll. 24 all attributes, 78 out of 80 max resist, 33 max life, not very good there. 41 out of 50 mana, 6 out of 30 rarity, 46 of it energy shield, 55% crit, 20% increase elemental. I don't know. This is an interesting. This is like interesting. I don't know if this is. I don't know, man. This is like. It's kind of like good, but a bad. Like the HP is low on this, and so is the rarity. But everything else is, and the increased elemental damage. But actually, the physical damage rolled really, really well. The max resist is in the middle. And the attributes is really, really high. So this is decent. It's hard to really. It's hard to really to roll this well, but this is actually pretty good as it is if you don't need a ton of life. But if you need like the elemental damage and life and stuff, you probably want to reroll this. But this is not bad. This is pretty good. And for the people who don't understand or don't know how to get the rolls, what you want to do is you want to go to options. You either hit escape or hit the O key. Go to options. Go to your UI, and if you scroll all the way down, there's this thing that says advanced mod descriptions. Make sure you have that enabled. So make sure you put that on. And then when you hold down the Alt key, like I said, it will give you the ranges. If you have this off, just to show you, it only looks like this. It will only show you the item level and some other text in there. So turn on advanced mod descriptions, and then you'll get the ranges. That's pretty much it. It's a pretty cool item. It looks really strong. I have to really like look around with it, to play around with it rather to see, you know, what we could do with it. I think it's definitely good for, like I said, obviously Righteous Fire I think is the obvious kind of thing, just because you always need max resistances, but just getting max resistances in general helps a lot when it comes to damage mitigation. So really, really strong item. We'll have to take a look at it. I think it's going to be pretty good just in general. I think a lot of people are going to be using this, and it's nice to have a 6 saga right off the bat. Just have to, you know, focus on linking it, obviously. But yeah, if you guys have one of these and you got really good rolls, or you think it's, you know, just or you're super hyped about it, let me know in the comments below as always. And obviously, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And do remember to do big, do good, and do you. And I'll see you guys in the next video.